Good afternoon, everyone. The purpose of this video is to walk you through how to use Zoom, mostly through Microsoft Teams. So when you log into your Microsoft Teams dashboard as a student, you're going to see all of the classes that you have, right? But before we go in that way, I want to just show you that there is a Zoom button right here. So to make it easier, if you have a meeting that's already scheduled, you can click right there and you can go to My Meetings and you're going to see any meetings that are already scheduled for you by a teacher. So for example, I have 3 meetings here that are waiting for me to join when the time is right. And when the meeting starts, all I have to do is hit join and I'm in the meeting, okay? But if you want to go through your Teams, that's perfectly fine. You would need to find the specific class that you're trying to join their session for. In this case, I created a test class with a test Zoom session. And you see it allows me to join. Now, sometimes you can just click on the link, but in this case, it's not allowing me to click on it. So I'm going to just copy and paste it into my browser, or I'm going to right click on it and say go to it. Now, once you do that, you see that it allows me to open the Zoom. If this is the first time you've opened Zoom on your computer, it's going to probably ask you to download something. That's fine. Please go ahead and do that. That way you don't have to do it every single time. Now you just go ahead and open your Zoom. And you can see it's going to present me with a couple of options. The first one's really important to me. So the first one's a video preview. And I like to always keep my video preview on for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to make sure that I look presentable, right? Is my background okay? Is there something in the background that shouldn't be there, right? Do I look okay? Am I dressed okay? Did I leave food on my face before I join the meeting, right? It's good for me to join the preview because I get a chance to see what I look like and what my background looks like before I actually join. Now that I see that I'm okay, I'm going to go ahead and join. The second thing it's going to ask me is if I want to use the computer's audio or if I want to use a speaker or a microphone or a headset, okay? I like to join with my computer audio, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can see now I'm in the Zoom session. It's me and another person, okay? Now that we're here, let's talk about a couple of features really quick. Number one, when a Zoom session has a ton of people, right, there's a chance for it to get really loud. It's going to be hard for your teachers to see everybody's hand as they raise it. So the one thing I want to teach everyone to do really quick is raise your hand, okay? If you go to participants, there's a button here that says raise hand. And as I do that, you can see that a little hand popped up next to my name. Okay, I can lower my hand, I can raise my hand. That's going to let the teacher know that I have a question. So when he's done speaking or she's done speaking or another student is done speaking, the teacher's going to see that my hand is raised, I have a question, and they will get to me eventually. Okay. A second feature is sharing screen. Let's say that you are in the middle of a text passage, a math problem, you're stuck somewhere and you want the teacher to see where you're stuck. You want them to see your work. This feature, if the host has enabled it, will allow you to share your actual screen and they will see what's on your screen. Maybe they want to see the math problem you're working on, the passage you're working on, the video you're working on. Okay, and that will allow them to see that. Now, these are the two features that I use the most, right? The first one is stop video. Maybe I, for whatever reason, need to stop the group from seeing me for a second. No problem. I'm going to stop my video. Maybe I need the group to stop hearing what's happening in my house for a second. Maybe it got really loud. Maybe a baby started crying. Maybe a TV came on. Maybe my mom decided to use the blender right now, right? So I'm going to go ahead and turn the mute button on. Okay, and you won't be able to hear me during that time, right? And that's okay. Those are the main features I use the most. Now, before I leave, those two features are the most important for a couple of reasons. So let's talk about how we should use our Zoom sessions. I want everyone to realize that these are virtual classrooms, right? We're not able to see you in person in the building. And so we're using Zoom as a way to connect with you all so that we can see that you're okay. You can see us and you can ask us questions. What's really important to keep in mind is that what's on your screen, everybody can see. All right. So let's make sure that we look appropriate, that we dress appropriate. Am I saying to wear your uniform to your Zoom sessions? No, of course not. But what I am saying is make sure you're dressed appropriately. Make sure you look appropriately. Same thing with the audio, right? If you know that your background is extremely loud, for whatever reason, right? We're at home right now, we're at a different place, and it's not the easiest setting. So maybe there's a TV on in the background that's loud, there's a child screaming. Like I said, mom is cooking. There's a lot of reasons why you might need to mute what's going on. Maybe you just have nothing to say at the moment. Okay. I want you to keep in mind that when you use the audio, everything you say is heard by everyone. So that means that we are going to use appropriate language. The same thing we would do in school is the same thing we would do in this Zoom conference. Okay? The same language, the same type of language, the same type of respect is going to be shown in these Zoom meetings that we would expect in our classrooms. Same thing when you're using the chat. Okay, so one of the options is to go ahead and chat with somebody. And in the chat, I can post a message to whoever's watching. And I'm gonna just say hello. I want everybody to keep that in mind, right? Everything you're putting in the chat can be saved. Okay, I'm gonna show you that right now. It says save chat. So let's not put anything that we shouldn't be putting. Let's make sure we're treating everyone with respect. We're using the conferencing and the chat for the purpose that it's given to us for. If there's any questions, of course, reach out to your teachers, to your administrators. Everybody in the building is here to help you as we learn how to do this with you. So reach out to us. I hope everybody gets more comfortable by playing with these features, and I hope everyone stays safe. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.